Hey guys, Jim Jones of GearedToSurvive.com here. Let's say you're out on a day hike, you've been hiking all day, it's getting dark, you've sprained your ankle, and you're 5 miles away from your vehicle. I'm going to show you how to set up a quick 5-minute shelter so you can survive the night. Stick with me, guys. Now remember, we weren't planning on spending the night out here tonight. We were just on a day hike. A couple of sandwiches, some water. Let's see what we've got that we could help keep us alive for the night. Just got a poncho here. A med kit. An orange emergency space blanket with a reflective inside and an orange outside for signaling rescue in the event that I need to be rescued. I've got my knife strapped to my hip always. I don't have much. Got one more Cliff Bar, waterproof headlamp, a 3 mil 40-gallon lawn and garden trash bag. I can stuff this with leaves to make a improvised bedroll, keep me off the ground, and a fire kit, a little bit of char cloth. Got a backup knife, and I've got some tarred bank line. I've got a few tent stakes. Now I know you could make stakes out of wood, but this is a survival situation. We want to conserve our energy and conserve our calories. So these don't weigh anything. They're multifunctional and they're ready to go. So I carry a few of those. They don't weigh anything. And some trusty paracord. So let's set up a quick ridge line and we'll set up our tarp. So the first thing we want to do is create a loop at the end of our line, and I like to do a bowline knot. And to do a bowline knot, you just make a loop in the rope, send the tag end through the back side of the loop, creating another second loop, bring the tag line around the back of the line, back up through the original loop, pull those tight. The way you know you got your bowline right is if the tag is sticking up. Now this knot can be pulled extremely tight, and it'll still allow you to break the knot loose and reclaim your rope without having to cut your line. Now that I have my loop at the end of my line, I can wrap it around the tree. I like to wrap it about waist high. Pull the rest of the line through. Get it up to about waist high. Now I can go and show you what I'm going to do on the other side. So out here in the middle of my line, I'm going to make a loop that I can pull tension with. So again, I just loop the line over one loop, and then I take another loop, stick it up through that initial loop, pull that tight, and that gives me a loop I can tighten my line up, but it's also a quick release loop. Just pop it right out. So again, you just make a loop, make another loop, send it up through, pull it tight. Now you got a loop you can draw tension on. Now I'll show you how to fasten the other end of your rope to the tree. Alright, so I got my line wrapped around the other tree on the other end. Got my loop in the middle of the line here. Now I can slip this end of the loop this end of the rope through the line. Again, waist high. Pull that tight. And I pinch the end of the line here. And I'm going to do what is called a trucker's knot. I'm going to make a loop out this end. Grab my line back through and pull that tight. So now we got a loop here that we can fasten one end of our tarp to, and I'll show you how we're going to tighten the other end down to our ridge pole. Okay, so now I got a piece of this tarred bank line. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tie a fisherman's knot in it, and all that is you take the line across, you tie a little overhand knot on around one end of the loop, one end of the line, and then you tie another overhand knot around the other end of the line. Just an overhand knot on each end, and then when you pull that tight, it tightens up. It's not going to come loose. Real simple to undo. Now I can tie a prusik knot to help fasten the other end of my tarp to. So a prusik knot's pretty simple. You just take your rope you just tied a loop in, and you send the knot through this once, twice, and a third time. Pull it tight. This tarred bank line's a little bit sticky. Dress up your knot. Now this knot locks in tight, but you can slide it along the line, but it won't pull loose. Slides nice and easy. So now I can take one end of my tarp, stick this end through here, through the toggle, stick this in here, pull the slack out of it, and I got one end of my tarp fastened. And get this camera adjusted. And then I can take my prusik loop, do the same thing over here. I might not have enough room to pull it tight. And that gets it pretty good. It's locked in. We got our shelter set up pretty quickly. One-man job. It's got the reflective inside to reflect all the heat back down onto me. And should be good to go for the evening at least. We'll try to get out of here in the morning. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good day.